Well, it's English class. There's nothing to learn in the first place, so.
Nah, I learned a lot with Miss Smith. If you actually are like analyzing like books and stuff, you could learn, but otherwise, no.
But what's the point of analyzing?
Because you could take your own messages from it.
Screw you, I ain't taking.
Dude, there's no point to language arts. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, there is. You don't think there's a point to fucking books and shit? You don't think there's a point to ending A Catcher in the Rye?
Really, yeah, there isn't.
Oh, there isn't. Okay.
No, there is.
You just
You're
don't.
just acoustic.
Acoustic.
You're acoustic.
Come on. Okay. You ever seen a movie that you really, really like, Sebastian?
No.
Yeah.
Because
Do you think there's a meaning to that movie?
Well, yeah, but you find out the meaning regardless. It's not like you have to freaking analyze it to learn the meaning.
Yeah, you do. That's what you're doing when you're thinking about the meaning. You're analyzing.
Maybe if you're game theory, then yes.
No, game theory's different. Game theory's like fucking finding like scientific theories. I'm talking about like metaphorical meanings. Like, what is the significance of that shit? Like, that stuff I actually enjoy learning about, and like they help you learn it, but all the rest is just retarded, like grammar and shit. Like, no one cares. I mean, grammar would be good for a resume, I guess. But...
You're a giant nut.
Yeah, but you don't need to learn participles of a sentence. Just
no,
so that...
you don't, but you need to learn like proper punctuation and stuff.
Yeah, but you learned that in second freaking grade.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you there. I'm just saying there's like a value in like reading books and talking about them, I think.
No, there isn't. You're just gay.
Okay.
You acoustic little fag.
You just say autistic whooping like you should, Tommy, because you're an autistic whooper. You go woo.
Well,
Oh, crap.
That's what you are.
An autistic whooper.
Jack, let's
Well,
play.
let me just quote you. Nigger, nigger, nigger,
Nigger, nigger, nigger, nigger. Yeah, I know. Mackle, okay, I'm gonna
Sean,
propose
stop
something to you.
capping!
Okay.
So that we just can
Okay.
kill each other.
Here's what we gotta do, bro.
I mean, unless you
Yeah,
want to cap,
wait
but...
until May, and then we're gonna learn both Hearts of Iron and EU4 over the summer. We gotta do that when we actually
Oh my god, Sean.
or one of these
Alright, but
weeks.
I know both of them.
I know, but I don't, and it takes me a while. So maybe like this weekend. I don't know. It's just
Maybe
I need
like-
simple. You what?
Alright.
Well, I'm sorry. It just
Coconut
takes a while to
nut.
learn all these UIs.
Well, especially if you're acoustic.
It's
Like
autistic.
I like how I'm triggering him by saying acoustic.
You're not triggering me. You're just autistic. And not
Hey Jack,
acoustic.
1v1 me
And the
scouts.
correct term is acoustic.
Fine. It's acoustic whooping, and not autistic whooping anymore. Are you happy?
Deep inside, we all want an acoustic person to stop talking.
Okay, do you here's a big question. Do you think that school is necessary?
Do I think school's necessary?
Yeah,
Well,
like
for
everything.
acoustic people
Okay,
like Jack.
I think school is necessary, but I think it needs to be completely changed. I think the way they go about it, I think it needs to be more about learning things that you're interested in and the actual learning rather than spitting out facts for tests.
Here,
I
okay,
think
yeah.
it needs to be.
Here's what I think is that school is not about kids, it's about the business, first of all.
Well, private schools. Public schools don't
No,
actually make
public
money.
schools make freaking money. I'm not
They
even
don't make
kidding.
money, actually.
Dude, it's
they
10
get
grand.
taxes to pay for them.
It's 10 grand per kid just for school, just for public school, like including lunch.
Okay,
and...
yeah, but do you know where that money go?
Probably
go
up your
into-
ass,
you
you
go into-
acoustic
first of
cancer
all,
faggot. Kill
you
yourself,
go
you
into the
stupid
government,
acoustic faggot.
Because they pay through taxes, actually.
No, I
Second of
mean
all, they go
minus
into
taxes. I
playgrounds
mean
and the road.
disregarding taxes. School.
Well, the only
price of
time
school
that
is 10
schools
grand.
can make you pay... No, that's not true. The only time they can make you pay is to, like, join, like, a program, like a club or something.
Not entirely.
Unless it's a private school. No, public schools are not allowed to charge you. Unless they're charging you for, like, a after-school club or
Anyway, so
Or lunch.
the
Yeah, or
public
lunch.
schools, they then they also have you take all these tests and stuff, and you know, and
Right.
they teach you for the test. This is one that I know you're talking about, and the only thing the schools care about is that you remember the knowledge
Yeah.
when the test arises. If you have the knowledge
yeah,
once the
you're
test
right about
arises, then they'll be happy with you. But if
You're
you,
right about that, Sebastian. I just think, I mean, the reason for that isn't that, like, they're out to get us or, like, they're doing it to make money. The reason for that is...
No, they are doing it to make money. That's the whole reason. That's why
they
school
don't get
exists.
enough money as it is. Here's the thing. That every year, we slash their budget and pay for more military shit, more fucking...
The reason why schools' budgets are getting slashed is because people aren't attending school. That's how public schools get money, is by attendance. If you don't attend school,
you get truancy, you know?
Well, yeah, that's because if you don't attend... Alright, so if you don't attend public schools, then you're gonna get in trouble for that, right? That's because the public schools say, hey, if you don't attend our school, without a valid reason to not...
Listen, you realize...
So it's not for profit, though.
Yeah, you realize the schools that get better test scores get paid more, right?
Yeah, and also... Exactly.
So that's why they want more test scores. It's not... They wouldn't have to do that if they got paid more. But the government keeps slashing their budget because people complain bitch about taxes all the time, just fucking moan about it. And so then they're like, well, fuck, we don't have enough money, we gotta show the government we're a good school. So then they prepare you for the test instead of actually learning shit. Like, they're not, like, there to make money to fill the principal's pockets. They're there so they can keep their, like, band program and their fucking playground, like.
Then I think that we need to slash those.
Well, every time they slash them, it just means more tests.
It's not just that, it's the principal is in it. Dude, our principal...
Our principal makes jack shit, dude. Principals don't get paid enough.
No, dude, our principal, I'm not sure if it was our principal or who, but somebody, the band was going to get a whole new frickin' wing on the school, and, and they didn't because somebody canceled it and said, you know what, school, you can't...
Yeah, that was in the 70s, though.
No, that was very recently. They were gonna add a new wing.
Okay,
no, when was Heritage built? It was, like, in the original plans, and they scrapped it.
Yeah. No, Sebastian, it's not the school you should be mad at, it's the government, honestly.
No, it's just...
Like, the school wouldn't be so fucked up if they got more money, that's all I'm saying.
Well, where are they gonna get this frickin' money from? Unless they become a business.
Taxpayers who don't fucking bitch out and don't pay their taxes and stop cutting their budget?
Sebastian, don't listen to Jack, he's acoustic, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, all I'm saying is that I don't think that public school is necessary. Here's what I think is necessary. Okay, do you know many years ago, before school existed, and by many I mean like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Before school existed, there was no such thing as school.
Okay.
But we still had people like Einstein. We still had not Einstein, but we had people like freaking Galileo and crap like that.
Okay.
Just because
but they were privately tutored.
Yeah,
though.
they were fucking
like,
educated.
General
well,
education.
that's if you want to learn something. They went out and they learned it themselves.
Okay, Sebastian, that's good.
So this is
years ago.
That's a good point, but that's kind of an ideal world. I'm just saying, in the modern world, you have parents who don't give a fuck about their kids and will just not let
that's true. That's part of the reason why why so many people public school, and well, that's one of the first reasons why so many people public schooled. And then once people started public schooling, then other people said, well, crap, everybody else is doing it, so I should. And then it became so much to the point
that's not actually what happened. There was laws passed.
No, that's what I was gonna say. It came so much to the point that laws were passed about it.
No, laws were passed before that happened. It was actually from the Protestants who moved to America because, like, in their religion...
You mean the acoustics?
No, the Puritans in their religion basically said that all boys should be educated.
And their religion believe that.
Well, see, that's a theocratic government, dude. That's corrupt.
Educated
That's one of the problems, I think, that's one of the problems with our government, is that since it was created such a long time ago, it is very much theocratic.
Okay, not really anymore, to be honest. Okay.
Well, then why do we have laws to get documented education?
Okay, because school back then, public school, was to teach you to become a church minister, okay? Is to teach you to become a religious guy, a churchgoer. And now school is to prepare you for your job. That's the point of it.
But you don't need a school to prepare for a job.
Yeah, you do.
No,
you want to be an engineer?
Don't.
You want to be an engineer? You want to be a video game designer?
Dude, I'm learning how to video game design. You know what? I learned none of the stuff that I am making games now.
How do you think Steve Jobs learned how to make the freaking mouse? Like, how do you think, like, they learned how to make the internet?
Dude, you can learn it you want to. You don't need to get forced to learn about frickin' Benjamin
I
Franklin.
agree it should be based on what you want to learn about, but here's the thing, though. A lot of kids' parents set a bad example, and then the kids don't give a shit. And so they don't want to learn, and they don't care. And so then what happens
No, they also don't want to learn because school is prison, dude.
Okay, but let's say it wasn't for a minute. They still wouldn't give a shit because they have a horrible home life, or they fucking just don't give a shit, right? So those kids are just fucking giving up their entire life, basically, giving up all their potential because they're lazy in that moment and don't want to learn. So when they ask you what classes do you want to take, what if the kid just says, fucking, no, I want to take PE only or some weird shit, and then just does that? Like, it's an ideal world you're talking about. Like, it's a good idea.
Well, even if he only takes
out.
PE, he's going to learn something, and he's going to do something in his life. It's kind of impossible to say that somebody is just, and it's a very unlikely chance that somebody's just going to do absolutely nothing in their life.
It's not that unlikely. It's really not. If your
Because-
parents fuck you up when you're a kid, and you have no motivation to do anything, which happens all the time, you're not going to do anything.
Dude, if you're not doing anything in life, you know, you guys know when you're kids and you're like curious about stuff just all the time, like you always want to learn about stuff.
Yeah,
It's the same thing as when you grow up. It's just expressed in a different way, and you still want to learn stuff. You still want to do stuff. Humans are built to be like curious and be you know, go and find out about stuff and do things. If you're just sitting on your butt all day long, you're going against your frickin' human instincts, which
not necessarily.
you won't like finish stuff in life, you know? Like,
look, the kids that you think like are curious, they come from a secure home. That's what I'm telling you.
Not everybody though, dude.
Okay, dude, the kids in Africa who are searching for water for miles every day, do you really think they give a shit? Do you think they're like curious about shit?
African kids.
Yes, dude. Yes, they are. They learn things every day. It's this.
No,
you know how you.
They're starving to
killed. That's pretty funny.
Shut up, Thomas. No,
I wish Acoustic Jack would go to Africa and then search for water and die.
Okay, Thomas, that was pretty funny. No, but Sebastian, there are two other things I want to say. One is that a lot of poor kids, that's their only meal, is school. Because they don't have enough money for food at home. So when they go to school, that's their only meal for the entire week.
Well, that doesn't mean that there's not such thing as food stamps, dude.
Food stamps? You mean the thing they keep trying to remove?
People are...
Like,
okay, wait, let me get this right.
Not to mention, people steal food stamps. Dude, what people do, the parents will take all the food stamps and just fucking abuse their kid. Like, it's more complicated than that. The other thing is, like, the point of school isn't just to, like, prepare you for your job, it's also to, like, make sure our knowledge doesn't get forgotten. Like, fucking Galileo learned how to, like, just find the distance between the Earth and the Sun and shit. Or the Earth and the Moon, excuse me. And we're just gonna lose that knowledge, because if we don't teach it to the kids, it's just gonna be lost. It's gonna be sitting in a book, no one's gonna read it.
Since everybody's different from birth, everybody has a different calling in life, you know? Everybody has different interests, and...
Interests which are developed through school, by the way. Because
no, they're not, dude.
No,
they're not. There were people of every single job back in the day, alright?
Okay,
you can't tell me that school tells you what you like to do.
Let's say you're, like, super interested in economics and banking, right? You're gonna be the awesome banker Wall Street guy, okay? So let's say you're interested in that. There's one world. This guy goes to school, he doesn't know anything about economics. He takes an economics class in high school, and he learns that's his calling in life, and he goes for it. And then he goes in college and he learns about economics and he becomes a billionaire. Then you have the kid, the world where school doesn't exist. The kid has the great brain, he has the pattern recognizing brain that goes good with economics, but
then
he never
goes out and finds what he needs to.
No, listen.
And then
exactly.
Gets his job.
He goes and does what he needs to.
Economics is, he doesn't know the main principles, he doesn't know how to get a job.
Well, no, dude, if he'll
go out there and find it himself.
Dude, he will go and pursue it.
He doesn't even know what economics is. He won't go and pursue it.
Yes, he will! Because he's a human being! He is a human being, it is in his freaking code.
You don't know
it's in his code, he's like the glitch. Alright? It's in his code.
Okay, I'm just saying though.
Look, yeah, it's not like an intrinsic thing. You have to learn
like
about it. There are basic principles of, like, for instance,
he's
economics that you're not born with.
Plus, here's the thing. Oh my god, Thomas, shut up. No, here's the other thing. when this kid first hears about economics, let's say he sees a book in the library and there's no school in this world, he thinks that sounds boring and passes up. Because the name. When he could have learned all these basic principles about it and found out he loved it.
Dude, he would if he heard the name before. You know how many times I can tell you in real life that I've heard the name of something, said that sounds dumb, and then later on loved it?
Yes, that's my point. In school,
Yeah,
he'll
well,
be
that's
in
because
school
they
he'll
were
be forced
forced
to
to
learn.
learn.
He'll be forced to learn, and he'll realize he loves it. If he's just
But
there's
if
no
you're
school and
forced
he
to,
just-
if you're forced to learn, you might not like something that you should
okay,
like.
but you'll find the thing you do like. Through all the things you don't, you'll find the one thing you do.
That
and you'll
seems like
stick
a
with
bit
it.
of a sacrifice just to find out something that you would find
Well,
out a little
Thomas-
bit later down the line.
Okay, but here's the thing. So
When
if
Jack's
we
too
let's say
acoustic
we
and he forgets everybody's names.
okay, let's say we get rid of that class, like all the classes that you don't like. Then what about the kid that did like that? He's never gonna get to experience it either. It's not pointless. The way it works now is broken, but it's not pointless. Like we need school. The other thing is people
No, we
who
don't.
people who
Yeah,
are
we don't,
educated.
dude. The world worked back then.
No, it
The
didn't.
world worked
Yes,
back
it did.
then.
No, it really did. It survived. If you want to talk about how the death rate was like 40, you died at 40.
No, dude, that has nothing
So
to do
you're
with
still
school,
living
Yeah,
a
dude.
I
full
know.
life, boy.
Okay, how do you think we invented penicillin? How do you think that happened?
Because
I
some
don't
dude
know.
wanted to know about
guy was
medicine,
like,
he
hey,
found out how to
how do
learn
you
about
think-
medicine, and he
So he went to
pursued
school.
it. How
He
do
went
you...
to school. That's my fucking point.
Okay,
How do
okay.
you think he found out he wanted to make penicillin?
No, listen. I don't think you got what we're saying.
Okay, go on.
You're
Tom.
too acoustic.
Good joke.
He was like, hey, I wanted to do science and stuff. So he went and he found his own little thing.
Where
Instead
did he
of going
find
to
it, Thomas?
In life, dude! Living life! That's how you learn things, is living
So
life!
let's say he's a poor kid from India. He lives in the slums. His fucking parents don't give a shit about him. And his only time that he learns anything or gets food is at school. Where is he gonna figure that out by himself?
No,
Is he gonna go to
what
a
if he
random
has no
library and
school?
steal a
Then what
book?
does he do? He goes to the bread store, he goes to the freaking...
Art,
What if there's no bread store?
Jack, you do realize that. Why would they steal a book?
Okay.
It's a library. Go in there and read a book there.
No, you-
Are you
okay.
stupid?
Well,
Thomas-
yeah, I mean, that was a bad example, I'm not gonna lie. but
Thomas, you're
still.
using like extremely situational evidence, though. I'm
Yeah.
saying there
You
are.
just said
there are-
no. Okay, listen.
there
You
are a
just said
vast
no.
variety of
Jack,
situations.
listen. You just said he's gonna go into a library and steal a book.
Okay.
What? He can
Alright.
sit. He can take the book off the shelf, sit down, read it, put it back.
How do you think the library got there, Thomas?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not by your acoustic ass.
Okay. How do you think the guy who runs the library learned how to organize his books?
I don't know. He probably went out to another library and found a book on
Okay,
how to.
where'd that
What
library
about the
come from?
first? Yeah.
he
what
went to
about
another
the first
library and figured
Okay,
out.
where'd the first library come from, Thomas?
I don't know. He probably was like, hey.
Not from
What if
school,
I
I'll
could
tell you
put all
that.
these
Okay, what
books in
about
one
the
place
Dewey
and let
Decimal
people
System?
borrow
Where
them?
did the guy learn that? Where did he come up with the idea for that? Probably through learning
Be-
math systems, right?
Why would he need
Being
to learn math system? It's
intellectual
borrowing
or
Because
a
being
if
book.
he learns
intuition,
math
dude.
systems, he comes up with his own book organizing system that revolutionizes the way we do libraries. When what's his name? I don't know. the guy's
It's
name.
so mathematical. You're just going alphabetical and finding it. That's it.
No, it has mathematic
It's
principles.
revolutionary back in the day.
It has mathematic principles, and it makes it so that when
How is
future
it
people,
mathematic? It's with letters.
it's organized mathematically. You fucking retard! Not everything is black and white. There's underlying systems.
Actually, you're acoustic, so you don't know what you're talking about. It's letters, not
Okay.
numbers, dumbass.
Gotcha, Thomas. Okay, what if there's a kid who's destined to become the next Spielberg, right? But he doesn't know it yet, and he doesn't have any money to go to the movies or anything, and he learns about writing through English class. And he learns that he loves writing, and he starts writing, and he becomes a movie director, and he makes
He
movies
doesn't-
and saves his family.
But
Dude,
okay, listen. What
he
if
doesn't-
he just picks up a pen?
Just
and paper
because
and
it
writes?
worked,
Thomas,
just
how does he learn the
Yeah, how
ABCs
did
if there's
he
no
learn to
fucking
write?
school?
Because you just figure it out.
because exactly.
figure it
You
out.
can go
Okay.
and learn it, dude. You don't need
How
school
do
to teach you
learn it?
stuff.
Not everyone has a
No.
fancy ass
Alright.
gaming PC to learn all you fucking want.
No, okay,
Dude,
listen.
You
listen.
can.
Check your.
You don't
Right.
need to get forced it though. You can
Right,
still
that's
learn
the
it without
only way
being
out.
forced it, dude. You don't need to
What
get
about that?
choked down the freaking throat to learn something just so that you
I'm
can
not
learn it.
disagreeing that it's
Look at
broken,
Mark
but it's
Twain.
necessary.
Look at
okay?
how he wrote his books. It's like basically
Mark
talking.
Twain received tutoring!
That's not my point. I'm saying
You can
he
still
wrote,
get
like, sound
tutoring, dude. You don't need to get forced. If you're tutoring, it's probably by a
Not
math tutor,
everyone has
right?
the resources you guys have.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Not
not. Oh
everyone
my
can get
god.
their own
No,
thing.
Thomas, I'm
You're
saying
not
that...
listening. We're saying that if they want to get tutored, they can get tutored.
How's
We're
he
not
gonna
saying,
get the tutor?
oh, we're using a computer and stuff. Ooh.
Thomas, how's he gonna get the fucking tutor?
Yeah.
He
I don't
doesn't.
know.
Dude,
You don't know.
How did
here's
they do
what.
it back
Here's.
then?
They
Here's-
didn't! They lived in poor shit villages and they farmed.
Dude, they did it. All right, here.
No, the rich guys who had
You
tutors.
just said it. Okay, Jack, you just brought up the point that Galileo went and had
Yes,
private
he had a
tutoring.
fucking
He's gonna get
private
private
tutoring.
tutoring.
The poor ass kid who's actually a genius doesn't get private tutoring. He gets taught on a
Well,
farm
then
by
he
his dad,
dies.
and that's
There
all
you
he
go.
does.
That's
All right,
it.
here's.
Yeah, and then
what
society
do you do?
stagnates,
Here,
and
here,
new
here,
ideas
here, here.
never become
Let me
things.
give you a hypothetical. All right. What do you do? What would you do if you are
What are
in
you
a situation?
guys arguing about?
If
Yeah,
public
I
schooling is
agree.
necessary,
Fuck
dude.
off, Thomas. You're acoustic.
Yeah.
What are you guys even
No,
talking
okay,
about?
dude. You guys need to shut up. You guys ruined this
Who is the
conversation.
fucking kid?
This was a really good argument, and then there's somebody making pig noises and somebody asking what's going on.
was making pig noises. Okay.
Alright, so, imagine this. What would you do if, imagine there was no school, it was never invented, there was no idea of school, alright? But everything else was normal. What would you do? What would you do, like, in your free time? Because you have a lot of it
Video
now.
games.
Yeah.
Squat in the shack because Thomas Jefferson
you're too
never wrote the
acoustic to
Declaration of
do anything
Independence.
Hey,
you said school never existed, right?
No, dude, school
No,
was...
we're not
school...
saying this
No,
never
guys, shut up!
existed.
Hold on, school has never existed!
So if it never existed, where did Thomas Jefferson learn to write?
School didn't exist
Where did
before
anyone
Thomas
learn to
Jefferson, dude!
Okay, where did he learn to
Tell
write?
me
That's
in the
what I'm asking.
primal age if there was no school.
Yes.
No, dude! Dude! There's no
Medieval
school!
civilizations had apprenticeship, okay? Where they taught you skills. Fucking Mesopotamia had tutor guys who would teach
Yeah,
the
but that's
younglings how to
exactly
build
the
shit.
point. If
Alright.
they want to go do it, then
Exactly.
they go out and do it.
Exactly!
That's
You
the
don't
word
need to
like
get force-fed it! You don't need to get force-fed it, you're gonna learn
Okay,
it!
if
kind
those
of
little
do.
4-year-olds in Mesopotamia weren't forced, they would just run around, eat shit, and fuck for the rest of their life, okay?
Well, that's... If they're surviving, that's not an issue. If they're
He don't sit
surviving,
them
that's
down
not an
and he
issue.
says, here's how we discovered fire. Here's how you build a shack. And he teaches them how to farm.
Romeo already had food. Yeah, he had a good amount of food in there. He probably just chowed it all down. So, which means he didn't even eat his breakfast, which...
No, fucking don't, please.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's worse than Thomas last night.
Alright,
Oh,
so
God.
so let me continue. This is what you do. This is what you do if there's no school, alright? You go and you talk to people, and eventually you're gonna get bored out of your mind, right? So you're gonna go and you're gonna meet people, you're gonna talk to people, right? Because this is
how
what
do you activate the speaking spell?
it's slash TTS before you type something.
What? TTS?
No,
Yeah.
slash.
Slash
No,
TTS.
Sebastian, here's the other thing. School actually
Sorry, what?
teaches kids manners, discipline, other things like
No.
that, which they need to be a proper
No,
human
No,
being.
dude. School doesn't teach people
You'd be the
manners,
worst
alright?
human being
If
if
school
you didn't
teach-
have school.
If school teached you if school
Okay.
taught you manners, then half the D-bags at our freaking school would not exist.
That doesn't make any sense. Look, just
Okay.
the structure of school, enter a building, listen to directions, teaches things inherently. Okay? And
No,
you can say, oh,
that's
the parents
bad
do
though!
it.
Just,
Oh,
that's
the
bad,
parents
that's
do it, but
teaching
the
people to
parents
be
are
sheep,
shitty.
that's not teaching people to think
Tells
for
people to
themselves.
follow
That's,
orders.
that's
Dude,
not
it gives
teaching...
kids social skills and making friends, abilities, and things like that.
Even though I don't have social skills. School failed at not teaching me
School,
how to
no, dude. If you don't go to school, you'll have better social skills than if you do go to school. Because if you don't go to school, you'll have more time to talk to people, and less time being force-fed stupid facts that will never be relevant in your life ever.
So let's say you live in a fucking village with only adults, and the only time you see other kids is when you go to the school a mile away.
Well, they're adults, so they're more knowledgeable, which means that you have more to learn from them.
No, you need to communicate with people your own age. You need to play. You need
Well,
to
you also need to communicate with people that are older than you and people that are younger than you.
That's not how it works. Look, school is a necessity, and without it, we've been fucked a long time ago. There had to be a way to pass on knowledge so that it wasn't forgotten when the old people died. That's how it
That's
works.
books. That's databases. That's
You mean the
holocrons,
thing
dude.
that were invented through schools?
No, they weren't invented by schools, dude. Books were way before schools. Schools existed 100 years ago. That's when schools started. That's when legit public schools started.
No,
All right,
don't
and this is what we're arguing
You
about.
sound like you're. How is it your mic died yet, Sebastian? Like, honest.
That's because it's like a foot away from my mouth.
How do you do the speaking?
Because
stuff?
you're like, ah!
1 second.
You sound worse than Donkey's not so good mic.
Hey, Donkey is still the best YouTuber, so don't go roasting him.
I'm not shitting on Donkey. I'm shitting on his live feed mic.
Live feed?
Yeah, like you know his mic that it's like more grainy.
Oh yeah.
That's his mic when he's live commentary.
You know Jack's voice? That's just him being acoustic.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
See,
you missed
I told
you
you.
missed an episode.
What? Someone have autistic whooping again?
Actually, it's acoustic. Get your
It's
facts
not
right,
acoustic,
little boy.
you faggot. See, maybe if you went to school, you'd learn how to fucking spell!
Well, maybe if you went to school, you wouldn't be so acoustic. Ooh, maybe you never thought about it that way, did ya, acoustic boy?
No, I'd actually still have it because it's a fucking brain disease. If I was really autistic, I would still have autism.
I didn't say autistic. I said acoustic.
Okay, okay. So Jack, if are you passionate about this subject?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay. So I want you to go online and I want you to Google this phrase, which is unschooling, and tell me what you find.
What, like homeschools?
Unschooling, not homeschooling. Unschooling.
Student-directed learning.
Unschooling. This seems like dangerously idealist. That's all I'm gonna say.
You
This
seem
is too-
dangerously.
Dude, there's evidence that this works. There's evidence that
I'm
this
sure
works.
it works, but here's the thing, Sebastian. Look, you have to actually have the social standing to do this. That's the thing.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
They
you do,
cannot
like-
implement
alright.
this program in fucking war-torn Middle East. They can't do that.
Yeah.
They can implement public school. They can't implement this fancy program that
You
may
know
be
what?
objectively better, but we need public school to get there.
Alright, how do
wouldn't
you
have
do
video
Dude, there's-
games
here's-
if there was no schooling. There's no schooling in Africa, and look
Alright,
what I
so
got
you know,
them.
are you aware of
They're dead, that's a good
you
thing.
should be aware of the the theory of evolution, correct?
Yeah. Which
And
in
you-
theory
and, like-
actually basically means a fact in science. But
Wait, are
Exactly.
you
That's
telling-
why I called it the
You
theory.
wanna go
That's
to a
why
different cast
I
so we
want
can
it
just
to.
play and not listen
I'm
to
glad
it?
that you know that. All right.
of course I know what evolution is.
Because we
okay.
are
Wait,
freaking
you
in
mean
Mr.
you guys
Johnson's
don't believe in
class.
God? What are
No,
you,
we're
gay?
talking
Okay.
about school, Hunter.
Yeah. So you know how you know the natural selection and all that crap.
Yes, I know what
Yeah.
natural selection is, but if you're
Alright.
gonna argue for social Darwinism, I'm not gonna listen.
Dude, social selection. If
No,
your
they
family,
tried
no,
that
dude,
in the USSR,
no,
it doesn't
no,
fucking work.
No. This is what happens. All right. If there was no okay.
This is why you
blah.
should go to history class, man.
No,
if you're
no,
actually
no.
gonna argue that like fucking social Darwinism works,
No, dude.
like it killed people.
Dude, no, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you are having a if there's a family that's like dysfunctional and their kid isn't gonna learn on their own, you know what's gonna happen? Yes, you know what's gonna happen. All right,
He's not
you
gonna learn on his
you
own.
can
He's gonna
complete
become
that.
a farmer.
You can complete that set. Okay. Does that mean that we don't need farmers in life, dude? We
No,
need farmers.
that's not
in
what
life.
I'm saying. But there are the kids who actually want to be farmers. But this kid, what if he doesn't want to be a farmer? He's never gonna know that. He's never gonna conceive of a world outside of farming.
Well, that's just it. That's what
School.
happened naturally for
Well,
him.
like,
no,
maybe-
not right now.
Sebarnacle.
Dude, stop trolling. I'm actually having a lot of fun in this conversation,
Yeah,
so stop
me too.
trolling.
No, you seem like you're very pissy about that.
No, dude,
Your
this is-
All
opinion.
being passionate, you
Yeah,
dumbass.
yeah, dude, it's actually a lot of fun. Okay, so there's these people that have this poor social life, and they just are absolute deadbeats and do nothing for the rest of their life. They're
Because
gonna
they
freaking
don't know
die.
anything else
all right,
exists.
they're gonna die, right?
It's not
And then
genetic
the
though.
people-
Just because they don't have kids doesn't mean the kids. Okay, laziness is environmental. It's not genetic. So just because these people don't have kids doesn't mean that the next generation won't be lazy.
But that doesn't mean that the guy that's being lazy isn't gonna go and find
Laziness
a freaking girlfriend
comes
and then
from
have
okay.
kids. The dude that's lazy isn't gonna get a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, look, Sebastian, laziness comes from being bored of your environment, okay? If you're raised in an environment where the only thing you know is basic farming, that's all you're gonna get bored fast, and that's all you're gonna know. You're just gonna be stuck there.
Have you
with
ever
no way
watched
out.
any West country movies? That's the exact plot of all of them.
Okay, look, there's some here's some proof. There's some uncontacted tribes in New Zealand and New Guinea, right? And what these people do, they've never even heard of modern civilization. Okay, so they don't have language, they don't have anything. They're still living in the Stone Age because the government never contacted them, right?
I'm
They
sorry,
don't
but
even
that's
know
just
what it is.
social. That was socially or not socially. That was evolutionarily unlucky for them.
No, just listen.
No.
They just never
Wow.
discovered the world until now, okay? No, all I'm saying this is a good control group to study what you're talking about, right?
Okay.
So let's see what happens to these people. We see if they naturally discover things, right? The government of Australia and New Zealand fucking studies these people and sees how they develop. They haven't even discovered fire yet in New Zealand.
But dude, they're not that. They were put into a situation just
They
naturally.
weren't put there. They've been living there for
No.
generations.
Well, they're surviving, aren't they?
They're surviving by the skin of their teeth. They live to age 16.
Are they having any fun? Is the question.
No, they are.
Well, dude,
fucking
do you think
aristocrats.
that
They grow
freaking
beard and shit.
rattlesnakes in Death Valley are having any fun?
Sebarnacle, would you like to live with these people that haven't even discovered fire yet?
Okay, dude, this is the thing.
Dude, they're
One
still
time-
okay, it's
Okay.
not. That doesn't mean that they're like not living, dude. If they're living, then that's
Okay,
a
here's what happened in
biological success.
2013. Over half of them died in the span of 2013 to 2015 because some kind of ravaging disease, we don't know what, caught in there and they had no idea what to do and half of them died. You don't imagine if they knew what the fuck was going on.
Well, Well, if there's like swine flu going around in a pack of wild boars, do you think
But-
that they're gonna know what's going on?
Okay, but according to human nature, when a person we love is sick or wounded, we hug them, we kiss them, we fucking comfort them.
Just
What
say
happens when you
so
comfort
do
a sick
like
person?
dogs, dude. Dog parents, if their kid is like in hurt, they're gonna like lick their dog's wound and they're gonna
Right, and then they get
comfort
infected
their
and
dog.
die, just like the kid.
Okay, well, does that mean that there's very much of a difference?
It means that if they had fucking passed on the knowledge, like what if one guy figures it out, but he never passes it on? Then they're not gonna know what's happening and they're just gonna die.
Well, then they're gonna keep dying until somebody does figure it out and then does
And the
pass
guy
it
who
on.
figures it out only passes it on to the one guy who also dies. Something like that. If you have
It's
a way
gonna
to
keep
write down
going
and
until
store
it gets
information.
better, dude. That's how evolution works. Mr. Johnson was even saying, dude, it's all up to chance
Okay.
for it.
Okay, evolution works, yes, but are you complacent with just being an animal? Because that's the thing.
Well,
These people are animals.
humans are gonna become humans were lucky enough, all right, to be
We weren't lucky, we stored knowledge and we were smart about it and passed it on.
No, we weren't, dude. Humans were lucky enough to get freaking brains, all
It's
right.
not luck. It's not luck. It's fucking schooling and
The reason
intelligence and
that
passing on knowledge.
humans have smart brains is because of evolution, dude.
Okay, dude, intelligence does not equal education, okay? If I'm really smart, that doesn't mean I'm automatically gonna know trigonometry, okay?
No, but you can
I
definitely
haven't
pick it
taught.
up, and you don't need school to pick that up.
But if I live in a fucking tribe where there's no school, and I'm smart enough to recognize trigonometry, I'm never gonna learn it. I'm never gonna realize that potential.
If you live in a
That's not possible, just saying.
What's
Yeah,
not possible?
If you live in a tribe and then you automatically know
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I have the signatures.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need school.
But I'm
Sebastian,
talking
you
about
have
society
only-
now.
Well, that one
Sebastian,
was
you only have
two
two
for
years
English,
max
one getting
left.
important
Get
for
up,
history.
get over it.
I'm I'm not worried about myself. That's why I haven't freaking quit school yet, alright? I'm worried about generations. Like, life sucks,
good
alright?
for them.
Dude,
School is good.
School sucks, though. School sucks. You can't tell me you like school. You can't tell me that you like school.
The situation right now is bad with our school system doesn't mean the entire concept is bad, okay? I get saying, oh, well, fuck, like, it's bad, it's for profit right now, whatever. But the entire idea of passing on ideas through a standardized system is a good idea. School
standardized, dude! Freaking standardized! Standardized is bad! Standardized is
the only way that we can effectively transmit information without biases coming into play. What if your grandpa is a great exaggerator and he changes facts around and fucks with your mind and he's the only one who taught you? You're gonna believe that. What if a fucking cult religion comes up and tells everyone our way is the truth and everyone forgets the real thing? There's nothing to stop that without a standardized school. There's no facts disputing them.
Dude, but dude, I'm talking about right now. Right now, we have so many unbiased sources. I mean, granted, we have biased sources too, but that doesn't
Dude,
not
there's
mean...
so much fake news going around and bullshit from Fox News and bullshit from MSNBC. No one knows what to believe. That's not true. There's not... You'd think the internet would make it better, but it actually made it worse because now anyone can spew their opinion on a forum and then everyone believes that, and then everyone believes this other guy.
No, but here's the other thing. The internet also makes it possible to receive large amounts of information in minimal time, which means with this information, with multiple viewpoints and things like that on a subject, then you can develop an actual your own personal opinion.
That's true, but here's the other thing. There's more. Sometimes there's value in learning directly from a person at your own pace than learning at the speed of the internet. Sometimes
and this is why if you don't go to school, then you talk to people and you learn from them.
Right, but the thing is, those people need to learn it from the school. That's not. Look,
no,
some ideas need
knowledge
to be
can get passed down, dude. You know, like freaking Native American tribes. That's how it works.
Okay, do you believe that if you practice fencing for a really long time, you become a good fencer, right?
Yes.
Okay, now which do you think would teach you fencing better? Learning from some random page on the internet through some pictures, here's how you fence, or having a guy teach you exactly how to fence?
Well, see, here's the thing. You don't need school to learn how to fence, though. I agree with that point very much. All right? I agree with that point very much. But also, not only that, but fencing's like a skill that you attain like that.
Right, but what about like woodworking? What about masonry?
Are you guys still arguing?
Dude, you're not helping, dude. You're really kind of distracting, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm distracting to your very philosophical art.
He's got a point, Seb.
You can't say I'm being interruptive when you guys are talking about school system existence.
Shut up.
Okay, so what were you saying?
What was I saying?
Yeah, you said masonry's a skill. Dude,
I'm
Andre, you are not helping.
Skills you learn better from people, not the internet. I'm saying certain skills you have to
But here's
taught.
the thing. Standardized testing isn't gonna teach you that, dude. A teacher just freaking reads off a school board that the freaking government school gave them, and then they tell that to the
Not
kids.
always.
All right? Schools can be biased.
Some teachers actually teach their own shit. Some teachers actually don't go on the curriculum, they only hit the bases.
Yeah, but then they get fired. Those teachers
get
fired.
Mr. Kalbeck does it all the time in my math class. He explains it in a way that actually makes sense, and he explains it using his own examples.
But he explains everything that comes off of the...